Welcome. This is part 2 of tables. Part 1, we learned how to set up a table, set up rows and columns. Now we're going to talk about formatting and adding some content. I've added some text to some of these cells, and each cell acts like its own text frame. I can select just the text, and I could style it, do whatever point size, fonts, colors. So I've added a few. But now I want to deal with each cell and the frames around it. I can go here to my angled and select all the cells in the table, and this right here, this little grid right here controls quite a bit. So right now, if it's blue, it means it will be affected by what you change here. If it's not selected in blue, it won't be affected. So right now I have just the outline selected. So if I crank up my point size on just the outside border, you can see I get that, but the insides aren't affected. Go back here, select all. Now if I select these, it knows that they're not all the same. So I'll go back here and pick a point size, say it was 6 point. Now I get that stroke to all. Now say for example, again, always go back to your text tool. Say for example I didn't want any borders whatsoever. I would just put that at 0 and have them all selected, and now I just have a clean table without borders. Now within that you can do shadings. Say for example I just want this color to have yellow. There you go. Or I could just pick this row and say, it doesn't know, and say just yellow. So this way you can control the borders and the shading of your table. One last thing is when you have any of the cells or all of them, then you get up here in the menu bar of inserts. This is controlling the space around how much I want to inset. Occasionally you don't want the text to be right on the end, so say for example I did 0 there, see the text goes right there. So that's the basics of format, rules, and shading. Tune into part 3 and we'll give you a little bit more information about tables.